It's 2017 and you hop onto YouTube, and while there were a number of controversies, some people watched Despacito, and some may have watched that annoying meme of Johnny Johnny Yes Papa, but if you were a gamer, you may have been watching people like the Vanoss crew, and honestly, they were such a fun part of that time. Let me know in the comment section below if you also agree.
Be Evan and have Evan carry you to success.
That's twice now that it hasn't worked.
But today's video isn't going to be about them. If you went onto YouTube around this time, you probably saw videos on top of more videos about Cuphead. And this game is so unique with its 1930s style cartoon, music, and insanely hard yet good gameplay structure. And while the game features all of these aspects, most people probably remember dying over and over and getting upset. It is a pain in the butt. Even for me, I'm still stuck on the second to last boss, Mr. King Dice, because every time I hit the dice, I swear, I get start over. And I always start the game calm and happy, but I end frustrated and mad. No matter how many times this game makes myself and others want to quit, we seem to find ourselves coming back. How's it going, everyone? My name's Matt, and welcome to the channel at Animated Picks. And today, we're gonna dive into the origin behind one of the greatest indie games ever. From its start, it probably shouldn't have been this popular, but by pioneering the gaming industry and redefining what a gaming experience is, this game did it all. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your snacks and drinks, relax and enjoy as we talk about Cuphead.
A brawl is surely brewing.
Chad and Jared Moldenhauer loved 1930s cartoons, music, and classic run-and-gun games, so they thought to themselves, why not make a game that has both of them, or all of them even? In 2013, they created the studio MDHR, which you can see was inspired by their last name, Moldenhauer. While the studio only started with 2 developers, they grew to over 25 workers by the launch date of September 2017. If you've ever played Cuphead, or even seen gameplay of it, you can probably tell that the game embraces that vintage 1930s look, music, and style. And if you question whether it's 1930s or 1940s, look at the cartoon style of Cuphead and look at something like Mickey Mouse. If you look at their eyes, they have that similar Pac-Man shaped look to them, which is a unique detail with a good number of characters around that time. Anyhoosers, MDHR was dedicated to making a visually stunning experience with solid gameplay structure. Chad and Jared's decision to pay homage to this time period, hand-drawn animation, style, and classic run-and-gun games would truly define Cuphead from any other game.
Here's a real high-class bout.
MDHR hand-animated each character, enemy, and environment frame by frame to mimic the techniques used in the cartoons of the 1930s. And as you can imagine, while this was very time-consuming, this would be one of many achievements that was so integral to the game's unique visual style. And similar to run-and-gun games like Contra and Gunstar Heroes, MDHR wanted to make a challenging and rewarding gameplay experience that involved boss fights, platforming elements, and even more. The team would play test the game, get feedback, and adjust the game to enhance the experience and balance the difficulty curve. So you mean to tell me that they got to the game's difficulty curve point and they said, yeah, that's good. I guess I must be bad at games then, because wow, this difficulty curve is steep. But I'd argue that's another reason why Cuphead is so good. Games shouldn't just be easy to beat, it should be rewarding to complete a game. And I'll tell you what, nothing soothes my soul more than seeing and hearing this. Do you hear how jazzy that is? If you notice that little fuzz sound in the gameplay and the sound almost have it scratching like an old record, and how you have that big band style, Studio MDHR collaborated with Christopher Madigan to make this authentic and memorable music experience. Now, while it's difficult to get all these features in the game, raising money to fund these efforts would also prove not only time-consuming, but doable as well.
A great slam and then some.
This isn't some huge Sega, Nintendo, or Activision game, so how did the brothers secure funding for it? Here's what they did. With personal investment, the two brothers, the driving force behind Cuphead, invested their own money to kickstart the development process. They then went to external funding, and as the project progressed, Chad and Jared got more funding from various external sources like private investors and funding partnerships, and this also entailed another type of funding, their Kickstarter campaign. In addition to those investors, they pitched their projects to the public and got financial contributions from interested backers in exchange for rewards like digital game copies, exclusive merchandise, behind-the-scenes content, and this campaign was successful and increased Cuphead's popularity. At this time, games were super focused on 3D graphics as it was probably the best way of approaching new consoles. I mean, look at something like Super Mario 3D World. It's a bussin' game, but again, it's 3D. But just like the 1985 Super Mario Bros. Was a throwback to where it all started, I think MDHR wanted Cuphead to have that similar effect. While they handled financial constraints with grace, the small team at Studio MDHR faced numerous technical challenges and inevitable delays. Furthermore, hand drawing proved to be the most difficult part of it all. And while this was inspired by Disney and Fleischer Studios, Studio MDHR remained dedicated to making this gameplay as complex, authentic, and immersive as possible, no matter the cost.
Good day for a swell battle.
When Studio MDHR unveiled the game at E3 in June 2014, it immediately stood out from all the other games. There was so much anticipation from the game, and as expected, the retro aesthetic and charming visuals captivated so many people. The announcement of Cuphead also garnered a lot of attention from gaming journalists and media outlets who saw the game to be a standout. And although the game's announcement was a testament to the power of creativity, originality, and the dedication to game design, the game had to wait.
This match will get red hot.
While the game initially targeted late 2016 as the release date, Studio MDHR faced multiple setbacks, but it turned out patience is key. Due to the complexity of hand-drawn animation and attention to detail required like sound effects and music, the development took longer than expected to release. And Cuphead wasn't postponed just once, but twice from its initial date. It was eventually rescheduled to mid-2017 because of time management. And I want everyone to know, the team was so dedicated to getting this game out on time. Chad and his wife Maja, I am so sorry if I mispronounced it, but they both worked in MDHR, and when they gave birth to their first child, Maja did not take maternity leave off, and they did that to get the game done on time, which is a testament to their dedication. But oh my gosh, I hope they both were able to get rest and enjoy where the game got since it was released.
And I'm afraid that by now, your dear brother Cuphead is dead.
Great, so he's here then.
What? No, he's dead. But he's not here. He's...
Not buying it.
At long last, Cuphead was released on September 29, 2017, and it took the gaming world by storm. It got so much acclaim and achieved commercial success too. It received high rewards and reviews from players and critics. Okay, maybe not all critics. Does anyone remember the journalist who couldn't get past the tutorial and then he said the game was too hard? And then shortly after, some random guy on YouTube gave his son the control and the son passed it. The son was like 5 or something. I'm gonna have to pull a video up on it. While many for sure remember the game for its difficulty, it was also celebrated for its style, a risk that paid off, memorable characters, a whimsical soundtrack, and its overall good experience.
Clearly that style intending to kind of emanate that feel, but it's a super great feel, and especially like for a video game like this, you know, with the kind of chaos, the same as the Latin stuff, like what a cool concept for a video game. I mean, it's almost like a nice, you know, step away from maybe the typical thing you expect with a game. This is fantastic.
And I can say from a personal note that I can testify to all of those points. This is the only game where I can consistently fail and lose, but at the same time say, dang, I want to play that again. Within 2 weeks of its release, the game sold over 1 million copies, a significant achievement for an independent video game studio. And by early 2023, the sales surpassed 5 million copies across various platforms, and I will say I was one of those people. In February 2022, Netflix made the Cuphead show, which had a successful first season and is currently working on its 3rd season. It's rare to see big video games with this amount of success, so it's even bigger and it's more huge for a small indie company like MDHR that was at one point reaching out to everyone for financial help to get these amounts of rewards and acclimates. Cuphead's success showcased how independent developers could create visually stunning and challenging games, defy the norms of traditional gaming, and inspire others to explore unconventional art styles and gameplay mechanics.
Bravo! Ah, thank you. Did I get the part? Ouch.
But what do you think? Do you enjoy learning about video games, or maybe one day even see gameplay itself? If you want to dive into the history behind some of the biggest games and, the biggest people playing the games. By the way, if you haven't seen that last video, it's gonna be linked, don't worry. Also, do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also, let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see next, or just any of your general thoughts. Who here beat the game? And if so, what's the secret to beating King Dice? Like, please, help me. I've been stuck on it for 2 years. But thank you for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Until we meet again, take care, peace.